It's easy, why dumping on it.
This week's Torah portion is Chayei Sarah, which is Sarah's lifetime. It is Genesis chapter 23 through 25, verse 18, 1 Kings chapter 1, verses 1 through 31, and John chapter 4, verses 3 through 14. Here is a calendar so you can see a projection of what this month of October will look like. And then you can see as it follows week to week reading. You start Sunday. A reading from the interlinear Chumash. Bereshit, Genesis chapter 24, verse 1. And Abraham was old, coming with his days. And Hashem had blessed Abraham with everything. And Abraham said to his servants, the elder of his household, who controlled all that was his, place now your hand under my thigh, and I will have you swear by Hashem, God of the heaven and God of the earth, that you not take a wife for my son from the daughters of the Canaanites, that I dwell in their midst. Rather to my land and to my relatives shall you go, and you shall take a wife for my son, for Isaac. Say to him, did the servant, perhaps the woman shall not wish to follow after me to this land. Shall I take back your son to the land that you departed from there? Say to him, did Abraham, guard yourself, lest you return my son to there. Hashem, God of the heavens, who took me from the house of my father and from the land of my birth, and who spoke concerning me, and who swore to me, saying, to your offspring will I give this land. He will send his angels before you, and you will take a wife for my son from there. But if the woman will not wish to follow after you, you shall then be released from this oath of mine. However, my son, do not return to there. So the servant placed his hand under the thigh of Abraham, his master, and he swore to him regarding this matter. Then the servant took 10 camels from the camels of his master, and he went with all manner of the wealth of his master in his hand, and got up and went to Aram Naharaim, to the city of Nahor. He made the camels kneel down outside the city toward a well of water at the time of the evening, at the time for the going out of the women who draw water. And he said, Hashem, God of my master Abraham, caused it to happen, please, before me today, that you do kindness with my master Abraham. Indeed, I am standing by the spring of water, and the daughters of the people of the town go out to draw water. Let it be that the girl that I shall say to her, tilt, please, your jug, so I may drink. And she replies, drink, and even your camels will I water her. You will have designated for your servant, for Isaac, and through her let me know that you have done kindness with my master. And so it was, before he had finished speaking, that all of a sudden Rebekah was going out, she who had been born to Bethuel, the son of Milcah, the wife of Nahor, brother of Abraham, with her jug upon her shoulder. Now the girl was of good appearance, exceedingly a virgin, and a man had not known her. She descended to the spring, she filled her jug, and she ascended. The servant ran toward her and said, give me to swallow, please, a little water from your jug. She said, drink, my lord, and she hurried, and she lowered her jug upon her hand, and gave him to drink. When she finished giving him to drink, she said, even for your camels I will draw water until when they have finished drinking. So she hurried and poured out her jug into the trough and ran again to the well to draw water. And she drew water for all his camels. The man, who was astonished at her, maintaining silence to know whether Hashem had made successful to his journey or not. And it was, when the camels had finished drinking, the man took a nose ring of gold. A beka was its weight, and 2 bracelets to wear on her hands. 10 gold shekels was their weight. And he said, the daughters of whom are you? Inform me, please, is there in the house of your father place for us to spend the night? She said to him, the daughter of Bethuel am I, the son of Milcah, whom she bore to Nahor. And she said to him, even straw and even fodder is plentiful with us, as well as place to spend the night. Bow his head low did the man, and he prostrated himself to Hashem. He said, blessed is Hashem, God of my master Abraham, who had not withheld his kindness and his truth from my master. As for me, on the right path, has Hashem guided me to the house of the brothers of my master. The girl ran and related to the household of her mother according to these events. Rebekah had a brother whose name was Laban. Laban ran to the man outside to the spring, for it was that when he saw the nose ring and the bracelet on the hands of his sister, and when he heard the words of Rebekah his sister, saying, "Thus didst he speak to me," he came to the man, and indeed he was still standing by the camels by the spring. He said, "Come, you who are blessed of Hashem, why should you stand outside when I have cleared the house and place for the camels?" So the man came to the house and unharnessed the camels. He gave straw and fodder for the camels, and water to bathe his feet and the feet of the men who were with him. Food was placed before to eat, but he said, "I will not eat until then that I have spoken my words." And he said, "Speak." Then he said, "A servant of Abraham am I, and Hashem has blessed my master greatly, and he became great. He has given him sheep and cattle, silver and gold, slaves and maidservants, camels and donkeys. Give birth did Sarah, wife of my master, to a son to my master after she had grown old, and he gave him all that he possesses. And my master had made me take an oath, saying, 'Do not take a wife for my son from the daughters of the Canaanites, that I dwell in their land. Unless to the house of my father you go, and to my family, and you shall take a wife for my son.' And I said to my master, 'Perhaps the woman will not follow after me.' He replied to me, 'Hashem, whom I have walked before him, will send his angels with you, and he will make successful your journey, and you will take a wife for my son from my family and from the house of my father.'"
It's easy, why? Dumping on it.